Hi, this is the Professional Amateur Hour coming to you with another review. This week, I checked out Battle for Pandora, and this 2022 film was directed by Noah Luke and stars Tom Sizemore, Natalie Storrs, and Mark Rickinson, among others, of course. The story of this movie is about this spaceship crew who has to go to this moon called Pandora around another planet. And so they are going there to kind of rescue the previous team as well as, do their own research. So they get there and they discover that this moon has lots of different life on it, and that's pretty cool. And they find the other crew, so that's good. But then you'll never believe it, but the water starts attacking them. I know, the water starts attacking them. And so now they have to survive. What will happen? Well, you have to watch the movie and find out. All right, so let's discuss this movie. Well, this is an asylum film, and if you've watched this channel, you know I do enjoy asylum films. Whether or not I enjoyed this one, that's a question to answer for sure. But what does work with this one? Well, there's certainly a few things I think. For example, the costumes, all of kind of like their exosuits or biosuits where they have to, go around this planet, definitely work for me. They're just, a hard helmet with kind of a softer material, which is fine. It's a planet. They got gravity and, an atmosphere. So that's all you really need for this type of situation. And yeah, they definitely don't look bad. So that's definitely good. Other than that, with some asylum films, you just gotta burst out laughing with how bad it is. And there's certainly some moments in this one. I think I probably started laughing, half a dozen times. What is that, 6 times? That sounds about right. So it does have those rare moments where it's just something happens or someone says something just so random that you just have to start laughing. So it does have a few moments like that. And that brings me to what doesn't work with this film. Well, this film should really be called Close-Up the Movie, because I would say like 95% of the shots are close-ups, whether it's just their face or just, their chest up. It's ridiculous this way. It really started grating on me, like, pull back the camera, please. I want to see what they're doing, not just who. Even when they go down to the planet, I can kind of forgive it on the spaceship. It's supposed to be kind of close quarters, so you got to do the close-ups. But when they get down to the planet, they're still doing close-ups, like just zooming right up on people. Like I said, there's probably 95% of this is close-up, so it does stick with you if you think that's a problem. It's throughout the whole thing. So yeah, that can definitely be an issue. Furthermore, in this movie, the water attacks them, and I think that's a big problem. Water is really kind of not that scary. Water is more wet than scary, I would say. So yeah, the fact that they're against water is kind of an issue for me. Luckily, they do transfer over to changing it to be, water-based or translucent aliens or something like that. But at the same time, throughout the whole thing, you're just thinking, like, the water is attacking them. And there's even moments where, like, they just start shooting the pond or the lake or whatever it is. And it's just so silly. So definitely the villain or the antagonist for this one is going to be an issue for a lot of sci-fi fans. And I do think there are some problems with the script in this one. Just the way it's written, they're just talking to each other, just random lines. Like, they don't even make sense if you put them together. And it doesn't even seem like real conversations most of the time. And I don't know. It's a real issue. It just adds to the other issues with this movie. And they'll say some things that are funny unintentionally, but it's not very well written at all. So unfortunately, it is what it is. And lastly, I think I gotta talk about Tom Sizemore's performance in this one. And it breaks my heart to say this, but he was not very good in this one. He's really kind of out of it. He's just in a room, very clearly by himself, never even sees anyone. And he says his lines so flatly, and he doesn't seem to know where he is or what he's doing. It's a real shame to see it. I don't know what's going on with him, but I hope he's okay. And with this one, it's really strange kind of how he does some things. He has like a throttle in front of him. I guess he's supposed to be like the commander of the spaceship. So he's in the flight deck and he has one of those throttles to, make the spaceship go. But he only says his lines when he's like touching it. So he'll like touch it, say his line, and then remove his hand. And then, someone else talks over the intercom. And then he touches it again to say his next line. It's really strange that way. They do have lots and lots of close-ups. He's just sitting down the whole time. So his performance, unfortunately, is not the best. So who would I recommend this movie for? Well, I don't think I actually can in good faith recommend it. Unless you are going to watch it ironically. Then yeah, it's good enough to watch. So unless you're doing that, I would say stay away. As for a rating, well, I have to give it the risky score of 2.3 because it's a big risk if you decide to press play. And with that being said, I think that's all I wanted to say. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.